Hello everyone, my name is Cyber Prime, and welcome to the Boys in the Pod. I am joined today by two very special regular guests, so they're not really guests, David Kivo and Sir Turtle Guy.
Ooh.
That is your chance to introduce yourself. Say hello,
He's a
guys.
sir now.
I did an ooh.
Yes, you did. David, on the other hand, stayed
He's
monotone. David is
He's
currently
a sir.
Yes.
practicing
Yes.
to survive in the
We're-
quiet place.
I'm always here.
You are always here. I think you have the second
But I'm a guest.
highest attendance out of all of us. I think that's
I
right.
mean,
It's either you or
listen, if we're
David, but
talking
I
about
think it's you.
attendance,
No, it's definitely
thought it was
him. Are you
you.
serious?
No, I have the
He's the
highest. No, I
highest.
have the highest, but I think you have the
He's
second
the name
highest.
is one.
I haven't
okay,
missed
so we're
one.
gonna have to nip that in the bud real quick.
You have.
I
the
haven't.
Cyber Prime kick. You
I
weren't
was
there.
in that, man.
You have.
No.
I was in that.
Fuck you!
No.
I was in this.
He tricked
Whose
us.
fault is that?
This is my
Whoever
fault,
called me,
probably.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
it was
It was
Turtle
me.
Guy's fault.
Oh,
Once
I
again, he's
remember
the
that.
root of all our problems, and you should
No,
be
okay,
eliminated.
we're not gonna. That's
What?
harsh. I feel like we are a little bit harsh on the turtle guy, and I apologize.
I don't think we're harsh enough.
The angel and the demon
Oh,
have
no,
entered
no,
Turtle
no.
Guy's life right now. I do apologize, Turtle Guy. We
The
love
angel
him.
has a stick, meanwhile David has a fucking machine gun.
I'm not gonna. The stick is for your protection, my fellow. But anyway, the
Stick
boys in
ain't
the
doing
pod.
jack shit. He's packing heat.
The Boys in the Pod. My Minecraft just updated. The Boys in the Pod is a podcast.
Oh,
where
we should play that instead.
No, is a podcast where we basically just
Can we
talk about it,
Minecraft
have
while
fun.
being a pod?
No, I mean it's up to you, but you need to remain focused. Although I'm 90% sure David is currently playing something right now, or eating. I can't tell which, or both.
I used to power. I did
I'm not
I
eating
did a
anything.
power wash when doing a pod.
Do you think
That is
do
true.
You think that? Do you think that when this mic is hot that I'm going to be eating? Do you
No,
know how
but I think-
detrimental
I
that
think
would be
it
to my
mutes.
future self?
We should do a mukbang episode and just not
No,
tell
I
David who
would
to bang.
actually
Very
rather
good.
be dragged by a horse-drawn carriage across a field of broken glass than
Oh, that's
ever
a
record or
viscerally
listen to one of those.
detailed.
You fucking
I
Oh,
think you
sick
could go more
heathen
detailed.
bastard.
Okay, does anyone have any? Does anyone? The word in the street is that you guys have some small talk. Any of you guys have small
Who
talk?
the fuck told you that?
I don't know. I can't disclose my sources. I'm not a rat, man.
Turtle guy is in training mode.
You're in
He's
training?
living Rocky montage for an audition tomorrow.
Do the Stallones have a reality show?
They do.
That popped
they
up
do-
on my
yeah,
YouTube,
so-
and that seems like a very random.
Yeah, and it's like the daughters are like, yeah, whenever we bring home a potential boyfriend, then they meet the dad. It's and then Sylvester Stallone's like, what are you doing over there talking to my daughters?
You make him sound like Mike.
He is Mike. I think if Stallone was like 25 years older and had like half the charisma, he would be Mike.
Urban Trout.
Hey, double whammy over here. I was in Spy Kids 3.
You
And I
really-
almost turned into like a Christopher Walken.
Almost.
He
He
Wow.
was in
You
Spy Kids
saved it.
3 thrice. No, sorry, he played 4 characters. No,
He played forecast.
What?
4.
Did he? What,
You'll see.
the
I'll show you one day
Toymaker?
when you're older.
I don't remember.
He was the toy maker, and he was like also a hippie and a Nazi and a scientist.
I
Yeah.
do not remember
He was
Spy
a
Kids 3
toy
at
maker,
all.
but he made
That
a
was the
video
game
game.
one, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was Game Over. Spy Kids 3 Game Over.
Game
No, what
on-
was the
with
fourth one?
guy.
Was that like a
Spy Kids
reboot?
4D.
It's not a reboot necessarily. It's just new kids.
New kid.
So yeah, it's a
And
reboot.
was there a fifth one?
There was a
Yes,
new.
but that
There was
was the reboot.
Oh, that was a
There
reboot.
was
okay.
a. There was
Was
also a
that the-
Shark Boy and Lava Girl 2.
But they're not
Oh
connected. David.
yeah. Let's be.
No, but
Heroes?
they're both Robert Rodriguez joints.
Yeah.
But real man, that guy
Robert
was.
Rodriguez went from making From Dusk Till Dawn to the Spy Kids trilogy to Machete to fucking Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That guy and fucking Planet Terror. The guy just makes
No,
whatever the fuck he
Machete
wants.
is connected. I
Yeah,
think.
Well,
Machete
Machete's
is
canon.
canon.
Machete's in the same year because Machete is the
wild.
Uncle Machete. He's the character.
He's
So he's
Uncle
like
Machete.
turning intestines. He's turning intestines into like fucking
Ropes.
zips, like grappling hooks, and then like at the same time making fun dancing spy tech for his niece.
That's so fun. That's such a
I just love
weird universe.
It's my favorite is the shot in the third movie when everyone arrives and it pops up their name at the bottom, and he pops down and it just says machete. It's like there's no two fucking ways about it. This guy kills people
just is
professionally,
machete.
but also,
Well, yeah,
but he's also
because
associated with the Spy Kids.
Spy Kids is also the one with the Steve Buscemi line about like.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's Spy
That's
Kids
Spy
2.
Kids
I have
2.
the Lost Dreams. You
Did I not
fucking.
say Spy Kids
Don't. No, you said Spy Kids.
Guy, hey,
Oh, never mind.
David, I think you need to just rein it in a little bit, okay? I think
Well,
there's
he
a lot
needs
of
to fucking
aggression.
show some respect to the
Yeah,
Rodriguez
okay.
fridge.
I
Think
said
about it
Spy
for a
Kids
second.
too.
I don't think you did, but that's besides the point. We're going to bring it down a little bit. Turtle Guy,
Okay,
do you have
I'm
any
gonna re-listen to
more?
it
Can we be clear
tomorrow.
that he
I
didn't?
said Spy Kids too.
I'm not going to lie,
No,
I
you didn't. You said Spy
hear.
Kids.
I
You said
didn't.
Spy Kids.
I
I
thi-
could have lied.
And if
You've
if I
instantly
listen back to
changed
this,
it.
if I listen back to this and I find you did say Spy Kids too, I'll text you personally. I'll apologize, but I'm almost certain you said Spy Kids, in which Steve Buscemi is not a star. He doesn't appear until part 2, Island of the Lost Dreams.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's no loon.
There's no loon.
Right. Okay. Does anyone else have any exhilarating small talk? Anything else going on in their
Spy
lives?
Kids 2 also has Bill Paxton in it,
Why are we talking
Who, of
this long
course,
about Spy Kids?
returned in part 3. Somebody Ring the Dingster. Did I ever tell you about the time
Oh,
that I was up until 6 a.m. watching Somebody Ring the Dingster remakes and edits?
No.
Why would I ever tell you that?
No.
So,
I don't know what
for
that
context, for those not in the know, the Dingster is played by Bill Paxton. Rest in Paxton. In
Okay.
the Spy Kids universe, Bill Paxton's been dead for like 6 years. Yes.
I didn't know he was sick.
means. Turtle
Well,
Guy, that is a horrible.
Come on now. I really like Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton's one of the only actors, I think maybe the only actor who's ever been killed by an alien, a predator, and a Terminator. Fun fact. Anyway,
Oh wow.
besides the point. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so he plays a character called the Dingster. He's like a cowboy guy, and he comes down on an umbrella. And his line when he lands this is in Spy Kids 3, Game Over. He lands down and he says, "Somebody ring the Dingster." And anyway, some channel out there called Daily Dingster would upload that clip and edit versions of that clip. And I was 6 in the morning. I was in college. We'd just moved into our new apartment. We'd fallen down a YouTube rabbit hole as we so often did, and somehow ended up on Somebody Ring the Dingster clips. I was wearing a paper bag on my head at the time.
Ah.
I was delirious, and every time I hear Somebody Ring the Dingster, I lose my mind. So what's the topic for
we'll
today?
avoid this.
Doesn't he also
So what's the
proceed to
topic
like
for today?
brand one of the things they're fighting?
He brands one of the robots on the asshole,
That's
and his
horrible.
little kid
Isn't
tells
it
him.
stink?
His little kid encourages him to do it. It's kind of a fucked up flick.
Right. Okay. Well,
Yes.
then moving on from Spy Kids.
There's so much
Don't
more
let
to
him.
talk about.
I'm not going to let you direct this, okay? We need to just keep it. We need to all
no.
wait our turn.
More
Good.
importantly,
I
more
shouldn't be
importantly,
allowed to direct them.
don't let him do small talk. He didn't let me do small talk last time.
Oh, that is true.
did!
I can't.
No, you
I can't
didn't.
remember. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
So,
he didn't. He didn't.
Okay. Can we get a vote as to whether Turtle Guy did or did not? Yeah, give David small
He
talk.
lied about
Didn't-
Spy Kids.
Okay, he
He didn't
didn't.
give me small talk. He's just bullying me.
Okay, well, now this is usually the
Whoa,
point.
whoa, I wanna
Rest in
count these
peace.
votes.
Rest in peace to the fashion report. The fashion report has died. Now that it's been 2 weeks, I think, in a
No.
row without any
No,
fashion
wait,
report,
I
it's
thought I was
officially
trying
gone.
to- No,
It's deceased. It will
I can't
never
do the news
return again.
segment because I'm not hosting.
It will be
I am wearing
eviscerated.
socks.
That is good to know, but that's weird that you brought that up without there being a fashion report.
Why is that
Turtle
always
Guy.
the
That's
one you
kind of
have to
strange.
specify,
Yeah,
by
why
the
is that
way?
where you start? When you think about clothes, do you not like
We all
anyway?
assume.
This is not the fashion
Do you
report.
put socks on before like pants? Are you like Winnie the Poohing your way around your house? Little socks on. Makes me
I
wildly uncomfortable.
Winnie the
Sincerely
Pooh
hope
got
so.
it right.
I mean, Winnie the Pooh is a cultural icon. That is true. I have not seen
I,
Sure,
it.
I
he
would
needs-
listen.
he needs
I don't
to-
need
he-
motivational
Quite
quotes.
frankly,
I
he
just need
needs to
Winnie the Pooh
put some
quotes.
pants on.
Right, I'm trying to think if I have any I have any small talk. Without describing it in
You got
any
big talk?
means or possible, I passed a test of sorts, and now I have less of a workload to complete for my college degree due to the passage of said examination. So
Why did
You
you
sound
say
like
that
you
like
went
that?
like
That
through
made me
some
wildly
trial or
uncomfortable.
something.
Yeah.
Welcome to the trial.
Or that you got like a medical test back.
I'm
Yeah.
That you don't
still
have malaria
functioning.
or something. Like no
I
one assumed you had
I'm
malaria.
still alive. That is good to know. We're
That
alive.
makes the
But
test. I
so
know what
that
the
has
test
nothing to
was,
do
and
with
it
this.
wasn't that intense.
It was man. Do you want to do one of those
It
tests?
wasn't life or death.
It was
wasn't
not life or
death.
death.
You
It
didn't
wasn't
have like
life
a
or death.
knife at you.
You guys are bringing up the weird life or death situation. I was simply explaining my
What?
situation vaguely. Why do people listen here? Okay, so I don't. Other than that, I don't
Why
think I
do
have
you
any.
lie?
Why do
What
you
is the
What are the
lie?
price
numbers
of
like,
What
your
is the
please?
price of your blood? That's Bane. That's a shit Bane. All
Bane?
considered.
Hello,
Um,
Bane.
hi. I can't remember. I'm
Bum,
going to be
bum,
watching
bum, bum,
the Batman
bum, bum, bum,
with
bum,
my dad
dum, dum,
soon,
dum,
so
dum, dum, dum,
I'll
dum,
be
dum,
able to
dum.
remember how the Riddler actually sounds. But I don't think I have any other small talk. I don't think
He
anything
just sounds like a
else.
guy with tape on his mouth.
I'd what?
He sounds like a
What is the
person that is in a
price of
ski
your
mask with tape
blind
over it.
eye? You
Oh.
sound like a guy with a ski mask and tape over it.
Oh yeah, you want to go a few rounds?
I would
No.
pay. I would pay to see that.
What, me fighting Turtle Guy physically?
Not hurting, but like put on boxing gloves, like a boxing
Wrestling,
match.
man. Let's wrestle.
A
Let's go a
wrestling?
few
Fuck it.
rounds.
Okay, he wants to do wrestling. We can go wrestling. I was going with the safer option. We can
I
go
would actually
wrestling.
love to put Turtle Guy in a chokehold. Is that
What would be
can
your
we do that as a video?
intro themes if you were This is nothing to do with the topic, by the way. But
Why
what are
can't
your
we
intro
be
themes?
friends? Why can't we be
And you
friends?
absolutely wipe the floor of the opponent.
And I kill him. And I just kill him.
I think Turtle Guy. What is yours?
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
That's certainly a thing. I don't know if that has a lot to do with your personality, though.
We're no strangers to love.
I-
You know the rules, and so do I.
You're just gonna get. You're just saying the quotes from the song while being punched in the face in between every verse, in between every line. I think mine would probably be.
Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
If I was being serious, probably Invincible by OK Go.
I was
really
thinking that
like
as like an actual one.
Yeah, as an
That's
actual
a really good
one.
one for like a real one.
But in terms of the hee hee ha ha, I think
Tequila. I just pop out.
what's
That'd be a good one because I would come. I'd be like, I'm the invincible David Kiver.
and then
and
just
then-
get knocked out in one punch.
No. Two punches.
Two punch. I don't know what. I actually don't know what my intro music would be. What would be a funny? Live and Let Die, maybe. Or Staying Alive. Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, actually. That's like a banger of a song, actually. That's mine. I'll go Staying Alive. Staying Alive. Or just, I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Right, okay, brilliant,
The
fucking
theme
visceral
to
energy.
Oppenheimer.
You're the one
Honestly, that
talking.
would
What do
be
you want me to
sick.
talk
That
over?
would be sick. The theme, the music from Oppenheimer is actually quite good. I will say that. Have you both seen Oppenheimer?
What if? No, I actually haven't seen it. What if it was just?
Oh, and then you just slowly walk up. That would
And
be
there's and then two
terrifying.
of me walk out. I don't blink the entire time.
And the other version of you is like 9 feet tall for some reason. Oh man, fuck,
that
that
is
movie
just-
is just terrifying.
Talking about
You
annihilation. by the way.
telling me there might be a 9 feet tall turtle guy out there for me?
I mean, why do you say for you? I don't want to read into that actually. Right, okay, on to the topic
Yeah,
today.
you best.
The topic,
Oh, we're doing a topic. That's new.
of course we're doing. What do you mean that's new? Every single episode for the last, every single episode, bar maybe 2, has had a topic.
The topicless one and the trash one.
Trash had a topic. It was just a bad topic. There's a difference. Get your
Yeah,
research right
a bad
before you
topic is
throw
still a topic.
accusations.
A
So,
poor presenter
Oh,
blames his tools.
What? No,
You are a tool.
Turtle guy.
Yes. I could make trash great again.
You know
Oh, no,
what?
wait,
I'm betting it
you.
now. If your next episode that you host better be trash too. If you don't host
Alright,
trash too, you are a coward.
You're a bitch.
I'll do it.
Good.
I'll do it right
Fantastic.
now. Come on, let's go. Let's go,
No.
Fura.
I mean, I can do trash too if you want to go away from what.
No,
Why are
Stop
you
no,
tra-
no, let's
Let's
stick to
just
the
do
Okay.
trash. No. He put his balls on the table. I think we should let him do trash too.
Wait, me or him?
No, him.
But that would mean handing over control
he-
to the turtle guy.
Yeah, no, I don't want control. I'm just here to. I'm not in presenter mode today. I'm a no.
Shouldn't have said that. Now I want to give you.
No,
Do
I'm
it. No,
not,
see how good he is.
physically prepared. I need to make notes.
Hey.
Man, do you
Bad
think I
work
was
and
prepared for
blames
trash?
tools.
I literally looked
The
around
devil,
and seen the
the
bin.
devil
I
is
was
on
like,
the
that's it.
angel's shoulder. The devil is now on the angel's shoulder.
For the first time, I think, in podcast history,
No!
in this podcast history,
No,
I am
can't
going
do
to
this. I
pass
refuse. I won't
over
take it.
the control
I refuse. I
of
don't
this
want it. I
episode
don't want it.
to the turtle guy. It's unprecedented. The last time this has happened, it was forcibly
deflect?
taken to him
Can
by
I just
mutiny
bump?
by David. But no, turtle guy, I hereby bestow you. You are the host of today's podcast. Enjoy it.
All right, so let's
So
talk
you
about
have to
trash.
do trash. Good.
All right, yeah. Right, so what is some of? Do we have experiences with trash? Have you ever
Oh.
found something that someone has claimed to be trash,
Oh, I could have made a joke.
considered treasure?
I mean,
I'm
Repeat
turning
the
this
question.
trash into a treasure.
I treasure a lot of episodes of something.
Can I start off with a little
Turtle
story? Shut up.
Man, you
You
took the
can. I
words right out of
can't
my mouth.
promise I'll be interested.
Okay, so one time I was getting a taxi into town, and then I think this was very early in the morning, and then we were all woken up because the taxi driver had pulled in, and Dad was like, "Oh, I got something. You guys need to bring it in. I'm going to town. Bye." My brother and I, we then got out of bed, we went outside, and there was a brand new glass table just out in the on the lawn. So apparently the taxi man was throwing it away, and my dad was like, "Oh, this is a good table. Are you throwing it away?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Can I take it?" It's like, so we got a glass table that we've had for like years from this one gentleman because he was throwing it away. Trash.
Cool.
Well, I'm
Cool story, bro.
participated.
Cool story, bro. More. So if you take a walk down a road that I live
Oh.
very close to,
Oh.
I feel like you can actually tell a story because it is this particular patch of the route is very covered. There's a high grass coverage, but there's also a dip down on one side of the road into what is essentially a dried up riverbed. More so a stream, but a dried up riverbed for all intents and purposes. If you walk along that and look down, it stops being a nice, lush, green pasture and starts turning into like a weird leftover part of a video game that you go to kind of see collectibles and try and pick up a story. Because if you keep walking, there's beer cans. I feel like that's everywhere, but like, I don't understand people who drive cars and throw beer cans out the window. That's like, why?
I don't really understand,
Anyway,
understand
but
people
also,
who
yeah,
drive cars
drive
and
and
throw
drive.
any kind of trash.
And also drive with beers. Let it go
I've
to the
seen
opposite, but
people drive
Well,
and
that-
throw
yeah,
out
that's
like
true.
full things of trash.
That's
I was driving one time and I
horrifying.
threw Turtle Guy out my window.
Yeah,
Man, I was
rough.
walking down the road one day and I got hit by a flying turtle guy that was thrown out someone's window. It was wild. What are the coincidences?
David, do you have any trash stories or will
Man,
move
I wasn't
on to-
finished.
Sorry, was he not literally in the
What?
middle of telling a
I
story,
was,
or am I crazy?
I was
was it,
introducing
was he
the
not
goddamn
literally
story.
telling a story?
I thought you were done.
How? Okay, explain. What was the introduction? What was the hero's journey of the tale that I was weaving for you there? Explain.
Middle,
You started
end,
talking
plot,
to David
details,
about throwing me out the window.
That was a joke that David made. Anyway, right.
He didn't even say
If-
that. Yeah, this is crazy.
If we go back to this fucking river, it is a river of rubbish. Because if you
Tippy
walk down, you see beer
doo.
cans. End of story, apparently. But then if you keep walking a couple more steps, you find plastic bags. Okay. Another. If you keep walking past that for a long time, there was a dog collar, which I found very sad because my brain was like, oh, if you walk past that, a
Don't feel
fully
the dog in?
furnished giant fridge. That's what they're called. And I was like, okay, this is just a fucking fridge.
Furnished?
It
Furnished?
had like fridge magnets still on it. There was no pictures, so they couldn't
Oh.
identify it. But they had like fridge like you know, like the classic leather kind of fridge magnets.
Can you identify
You bring it to a coroner's office and
the
they like roll
police
out.
come to your house?
There's
Can you identify this fridge?
there's like they have like the tarp or like the cloth over the fridge and they own like pull it back and there's just like a slight dent in one of the corners. And it's like no, it's our fridge. Oh
That's our fridge.
no, we left the fridge running and it was gone, and it fell into a
The
ditch.
refrigerator running.
The image of the refrigerator
On
running is always
Cyberlaugh
so
with
violent
his
for
own
me.
joke.
No,
Wait,
but
can I mark that? I'm on Cyberlaugh. Well, I just rephrased what he said and he started giggling.
yeah, because I'm a fucking funny guy, turtle guy. But also, it was
Well,
the
Yes,
image that
you are.
put it was. I'm joking. It was the image that was put into my brain of. Do you know? Do you know like the picture of the frog with the frog with human legs sprinting,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's like blah 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 blah. I'm just imagining a
David's
fridge with
nightmare.
human legs sprinting down the road at you at full volume. That'd be terrifying. Oh god. Anyway, if you keep going past
I
that,
think I'd
there's a
rather the
bath.
fridge than the frog.
If you, I wouldn't. If you keep going past the fridge, there's a bath, and then if you keep going past that, there's a giant tractor tire. All of that in the one space of the river, and I feel like it tells some kind of story. I haven't been able to narratively piece all of these clues together yet, but if let's say Fallout New Vegas did happen, that'd be a cool location to stumble across, and then get attacked by giant cockroaches or whatever happens.
I remember, and I could possibly see it in the next few days. I was walking to, I was walking from my college to town,
Sorry,
and
why the
there's like
fuck
a
am I here?
stream.
We're going from Turtle Guy to Cyber back to Turtle Guy.
No, I'm
What
just
is the
saying a little
purpose of
quick
my
interlude, and
presence
then
here?
I'll give you
Interlude this. I stuck the finger up. You didn't
lake.
see it.
There was a Charlie in the lake. David, proceed.
Man, this is okay. Turtle guy, that wasn't a story. I weaved
Turtle
it into
Guy's
like trying to explain
Turtle.
something.
I
You're
could
just
have
like,
made
there
it
was
into
a
a
trolley in a
story.
lake.
He's speed running to make trash 2 worse than trash. I think is
I
the
have
Two
noticed.
is going quite well.
I have noticed. It may just
or
be
is
in the pods that me and Turtle Guy host, because I feel like Hoover hosted and David hosted episodes that this doesn't actually happen that much. But when me and Turtle Guy host, for some reason the podcasts get very confrontational and everyone keeps shouting at each other. And I don't know what me and Turtle Guy have done to deserve this. But anyway, that's just an observation
I am
that
a
I found.
professional. David, my good friend and loyal colleague, do you have something to contribute?
no. Why am I here? I actually was speaking of your dad's glass table. Something I found really interesting when
I
I lived in
lost the glass
America.
table as David's story. Sorry, I cut you off. Proceed.
No, you know what? Fuck you. You're not getting to hear my story. Suck one.
Can I hear your
I
story?
was
Specifically,
just
my
making
penis.
you funny.
Yeah, you can hear my story. So when I lived in America, I noticed that a lot of people left like old furniture just out on the street. So like just on the curb outside their house, they would leave like old desks and old couches and stuff like if clearly if they got a new one, and people would just take them like it was there to be taken, and people would take that furniture and bring it back to their house and like disinfect it, clean it up, and use it.
That's
And I thought that was a
interesting.
really cool, like weird little community thing, and it's a big thing in America, especially it seems to be a big thing in LA specifically. Like if you go to like the more suburban areas of LA, it's like everywhere.
That
And it
is
might look a
interesting.
little bit trashy if you're walking through, but when you know that people are taking those and some people like do them up in like a project, other people just clean it up and then take it so they have like a table. They don't have to pay for furniture, which I think is cool. It's like a weird little sense of community through trash. And
I agree with
hey,
that.
at the end of the day, we're all just trash,
Floating.
The LA
helping each other
trash
out.
scene.
And I think it's beautiful. And no, but genuinely though I do think it's a very cool thing maybe because it's not really a thing here, but I always thought it was like a cool thing that people did. And I saw like videos of people taking tables and like doing them up and stuff. There was also a guy I saw in New York who, well, I didn't see him personally. I saw a video of this guy in New York who was decorating his apartment purely with stuff he found around New York. Like he made a coffee table and he like bought a glass, like a sheet of glass, and then he put that on top of these cinder blocks that he found like down the street from his apartment and
Oh.
stuff like that. And like I think he made a lamp out of like a traffic cone and stuff, like all this kind of stuff. And I was like, this is fucking sick. This guy's just taking like garbage and turned it
I
into
love that.
furniture. It's cool. Yeah,
That is actually
I
quite
think it's
cool.
cool.
I
Yeah.
love people that can turn an object, so like you said, like the traffic cone into something else. I absolutely adore
Yeah,
that.
that
Like I
stuff's really
really
cool, I
like
think. Or it could have been, I can't
the
remember what he did
idea
with the
of
traffic
people
cone, but
like
it was
turning
something.
trash into like dresses or fashion.
Mm.
Love that.
Mm. Yeah, that stuff's really cool. There's a good, like a lot of jeans companies I've seen where they use the denim from. I saw this one jeans company where it was like using old denim to make new jeans, but the way because of the process of doing that, a lot of the dye got stripped out of the denim, so the jeans were kind of like a like the color of like newspaper nearly is the best way I could describe
Mhm.
it, and they looked really cool, but they were recycled from old denim. It was cool.
Hmm.
I remember for my final year like exhibition piece, I was
Hmm.
going to almost do it that. So my final piece was me drawing myself from a roll of paper and I'd just tear it. But another idea that I was toying around with was I'd only use the one sheet of paper and then I'd like destroy it and make it into paper again. But the process basically was taking too long for work.
Mm.
So I only had a short period of time. It wouldn't have worked. I didn't have enough time to do it basically. But I love upscaling and even like recycling is cool.
I do agree.
Even like we've gone to many charity and what's the other word for those shops? No, vintage. David, help.
Thrift
What?
stores.
What? Thrifting?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, well, that's another cool thing. Like, I mostly buy that through that. I actually was going to say this in small talk, but it came up in the topic. Today, I
Oh,
bought a pair of pants from the 1970s.
Oh, wow.
They are, yeah, army
how do
pants.
you? Genuine question. How do you know they're from the 1970s?
He carbon dated them.
Because they smell like the 70s. Because they're
That's
Vietnam era
Smells
arguably
like
uh,
worse than
me.
what I was thinking.
they're Vietnam era army pants.
Oh, what? They've been to Nam.
Well,
The
I never
pants are
said
just
that.
like trauma.
Someone
Right,
died in
okay.
them.
So another
No,
fact
but like
about trash that I have that I would like to share before Turtle Guy starts talking about the Vietnam War is that there is a
You
giant
instantly checked in.
patch of garbage in the Pacific Ocean that is known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Very, very unique title
what's
there.
Is
so
there is
great
there
about it?
kids at the garbage patch?
How big do you think it is? This is a
The
giant
size
area of
of
loads of
Luxembourg.
plastic that has.
Like what? Like
That's
am
very
I
specific.
measuring in feet,
You can measure
inches,
in whatever
football
system you
pitches?
want. David said it was the size of Luxembourg.
13 big football fields. American football fields. 13.
Okay. The answer is 3 times the size of France. It is a giant, massive, essentially island, but it's not solid, area of floating plastic and rubbish that is being caught due to the currents of the ocean that is slowly growing over time. And currently, the biggest ocean cleanup endeavor in history is being undertaken to try and clean it up. And it's such a interesting part of the world that I feel like should be showcased more than it actually is, because I went like for 20 years of my life not knowing that that existed. But it's just such an interesting thing to look at. It's really sad. It's really like terrifying. And for turtles that live in that area, plastic makes up 73-ish% of their actual diet. It's terrifying. And
That's fucked.
there's a lot of plastic in there that's decades old. Like it's wild, and
Jesus.
it's so difficult for them to actually clean it up. But they're slowly trying to do it, and it will
Okay,
take a long
so
time.
you said
But
it's not solid, and I'm cutting you off. I'm very sorry about
I
that.
was basically finished.
So you said it's not solid. Can they stand on this or no?
No, it'll sink. Like it's all
Okay.
floating or kind of being blown around in the currents themselves, but it's clumping together.
This is gonna be a really stupid question. How do they clean that up? Do they just like scoop it up and put it into like,
Well, here's
or
the
is
thing.
there like a,
They try to use nets to clean it, and then it turns out that
oh
nets make
no,
up like 40% of the trash that's there.
oh no, they made it
So
worse.
yeah, exactly. So they're trying to design specific nets and specific like trawlers that are able to just scoop it up and then collect it and then put it onto boats and then transport it to somewhere else, probably to a landfill site on a continent somewhere. But considering the fact that it's 2 times the size of Texas, 3 times the size of France, it is they'll need to find multiple landfills to sort this out. It's just such a cool. I'm 90% sure it's a multi-nation endeavor to like actually fix it. It's just a cool thing to see that other countries are coming together to clean it up. I could be wrong. It could be just one random country that's cleaning it up. But as far as I'm aware,
It's
there
just
is,
me,
and that's
personally,
enough. David is
and I'm
swimming
very
out there
He's
in a
great at
enthusiastic.
kayak,
doing stuff.
and he's just grabbing a little like a milk bottle every day and swimming back to shore.
But how does the trash end up there?
Anything that gets put into the
You
water eventually will get caught up by a current. And the way that a lot of the
oh,
currents work around the Pacific Ocean area is that they all swirl around eventually into this specific area. And then the currents are strong enough to get them in there, but they're not strong enough to pull the plastic back out of this essentially like a whirlpool area where the water
oh
pressure is
wow.
pushed inwards into the center. And then all of the plastic congregates in the middle, and then it just can't. There's not enough. There's so much pressure pushing it inwards that there's none pulling it out, so they can't escape. And it
So
slowly
then,
is
and
moving
maybe I'm
around the
making a
ocean.
leap. Do you think there's like that's trash from all over the world?
I'd say so. I'd say most of it is in like from the like Pacific coastal countries, but I'd say eventually
California,
there would be a lot of
those bastards.
there would be a lot of yes, the country of California. But I'd say there would be a lot of trash from all over the world. Yeah, I would say so. But that is my
God,
interesting
that
addition
that
to
was a really
trash.
good job, sir. That was a really
Sorry,
good story.
like everyone comes to the Boys in the Pod to learn. I think we all know that. That's the real reason people are coming here. Not for us to come to discuss small talk, not for us to discuss whatever random clothes we are or are not wearing, specifically socks, and not
I
for
did bring it
comedy.
back to close though.
You did bring it back to clothes, but that was
You
different. That was
did.
personal experience and technically small talk. So you did get small talk in the
Uh,
end, technically.
I
you
do,
got
I do, I well, I yeah, because I most of my clothes that I like buying are technically trash. Another person's trash because they've gotten rid of it.
But another
But
man's
instead of putting it in the
treasure.
is a
bin,
treasure.
exactly, and instead of putting it in the bin, they put it in a charity shop or a thrift shop, and now it's mine. Now I wear it
Oh, I have another
because
piece
it
of
ain't
small
trash
talk
to me.
that I completely
It's
forgot
not
to
No,
small
this is
mention.
talk. It's
trash.
part
This
of
is
the
trash.
I
This
know,
is
but
trash.
it's trash.
I can
Put it
link
in
it
the
in
bin.
technically. A lot of things
Well, if you
Like,
can
that
link it in,
I
I'll
would have
allow it.
done in school, like extra little things, people might have considered trash because they'd be like, "Oh, I'll do this, but I'm never going to use it again." Like the mitochondria being the powerhouse of the cell, or Pythagoras theorem. I'm sure that all of us are living our day-to-day lives never considering that again for the rest of our lives.
are you gonna pull like
But
like actually?
there was one thing that I did in school that at the time I was like, oh yay, this is good for the CV, but I'll never have to use it, which was first aid. But recently, I've actually gotten, I think literally last week or the week before, I can't remember which. I think it was the week before. I got trained again in first aid, so I'm able to use defibrillators, EpiPens, CPR, the Heimlich, which
Oh,
isn't called the Heimlich anymore, and
fuck
So
Mr.
what do I gotta
Heimlich.
lick now?
something else, and
What's the name of it?
it's the upward abdominal thrust, I think, or something like that. It's a more technical
That's
name.
worse.
It's a
That's worse.
yeah, that's the only one I've ever done in real life. I have actually saved something with the Heimlich before, but it's a lot easier to just say the Heimlich rather than an upward abdominal thrusting in a stressful situation. But
It's like, does anyone know the upward abdominal
yeah,
thrust?
like the Heimlich just makes more sense. Everyone knows what it is already. Like it makes way
It's
more
quick,
sense.
it's snappy, it's to the point. It's not like, does anyone know the upward abdominal? I know the upward abdominal.
By the time you're finished, they've already gone subconscious.
Does
Like,
anyone know what's up, Dom?
and then they just boo you away. But there was a lot of interesting stuff that I learned there that I wouldn't have learned otherwise. So that wasn't it wasn't a trash experience. I'm glad I did in the end. But EpiPens are
Oh,
really cool. They're one-time use
I was
things.
about to say, like,
They're one-time use things, but they're so you do throw them away afterwards, and they can go out of date. But there's so much really cool things that they thought about those things. Like you can never see the needle at any point in case you're afraid of needles. So you take off the safety
for
cover on
EpiPen.
one. Yeah, for EpiPens. I think it was an EpiPen anyway. You take
Yeah,
off the safety
yeah.
thing on one end and then stab it in the other end into your leg and then keep it there for 10 seconds and take it out and massage the area, but at no point can you ever it's designed so you can never see the needle, which is such a cool
Well, that's-
thing. And then you just throw it out. So and then it becomes trash. So there you go. I'm linking it back in. That's my
Is I'm gonna quiz you. Is that something you just throw in a bin, or does it have to go into like one of those like
I
medical bins?
imagine it would probably go in the medical waste bin, but it'll
This is a
probably if
needle. You gotta be careful with needles.
yeah, I imagine it would be medical waste one, but again, in an emergency situation, I don't know how clear people might be thinking. But I'd say ideally a medical waste thing.
That is an interesting, just kind of angle on the topic. Things that we consider when we're doing them. Oh, I'll never use this again, or like I'm doing this, but I hate this, and this is ash. And then
Thank
like
you,
years down your life, you're like, oh,
thank you. It's
this
almost as
is
if I
like because I remember myself and Cyber. David was not part of this story. We entered a competition when we were in our fourth year, and we won the competition somehow. And I always thought it was like, oh, I'll never use this again. I went back to it for notes on a new project that I'm doing. And I'm
man.
like, oh, goddamn.
Funny you should say that. I
Oh,
met someone
no.
who fucking organized that competition this week
Really?
in college.
Oh, wow.
And it was from someone
Did they
from
remember?
no, they didn't because this person was or sorry, they didn't organize that specific competition, but they organized the organization to do with nature and biodiversity and sustainable development around the
Cyber
world.
grabbed them by their shirt and was, I need to find him.
No, but
I need
like
a clip. I
no
need a clip to ruin Turtle.
no, but I they were
That's
like
something that's in the trash.
they were like did anyone ever hear of us before? And I was the only one that put up my hand and I was like I know because I won. And it was like it was fun.
Force your battle.
Yeah, that was yeah. Wow, great, fucking unreal.
Wow,
But
that, that,
I'm
that was
glad
a
we're
nice
going to
little.
that tangent of this direction of the conversation because it's almost as if I planned for an episode very much like this topic a while ago. And I didn't actually plan it, but I did think of actually that when I was doing the original trash before I had to get cut off very early on. Because Trash, I think, is the shortest episode, ignoring the weird mini Robo Rumble episode special that we had because I was putting up something for us to be entertained to listen to
We're
on the
gonna
flight
get
home, and
back to
then no
that.
one fucking listened to it. But anyway,
I listened to it.
To it.
You
on
shut
the flight
fuck
home,
up.
on the flight
Get out of
home,
my
I
goddamn.
mean.
No, well, I listened to it before
I
that.
had
I listened to
other
it on
Okay,
the
plans
good.
for
train.
that flight. Maybe we should go
What?
on
You listened to
another
it before
flight.
that? Oh, on the train. What?
Yeah.
Did I
Yeah.
not? I thought
Were
I.
we all standing on that train? Wasn't that a really uncomfortable train ride?
Do you think I
No,
need to
wait.
sit down to listen to things? What the fuck do you think?
Just some of Turtle Guy's senses only work in certain bodily positions.
Yeah.
Like he can only taste if he's doing a
I need to
handstand.
be sitting down. You think I'm gonna listen to people standing up?
He just ignores you until he's like fully comfortable in a chair, leaning back, and then he's like, "Speak,"
Maybe I need to lie down and it's like, okay, I'm listening.
and then you sleep.
And then my fingers intertwine together, you know, a specific way, and they're like, oh no! And then I sleep.
And he never wakes up. It's a tragedy. A
The
tale as old as
immortal
time.
sleep.
The infinity sleep.
Tale as old as rhyme. No, wait.
That was a poor,
Hmm.
a very poor
I,
choice of words. Right. Anything else about trash?
let's
Because we wanna. I will admit.
lost content trash, or is that a stretch?
Oh, that's a good question,
I
Turtle
mean, if we
Guy.
want to link
That's a
it
great
back,
question,
if we
Turtle
want to,
Guy. That's a
if,
fucking
if
brilliant
we want to
question.
link,
What was
why
the
are you
question?
going like that? If
What
you want to link it back
what
to that thing we were just
content
talking
has
about,
been
we won that
trash?
competition. Turtle Guy said something very embarrassing, and Cyber has never found any footage or proof that I ever said it.
I will get there eventually because I know it was recorded, and I've gotten the before moments
You
and
need
the
to just
after
bribe the
moments.
right people.
I've gotten the before
What?
moments and the after moments. But the fucking middle bit of it, I still need to find, and I will. I will. But why don't we
The
talk
unknown
about?
to Cyber is days afterwards, Turtle Guy hunted that person down and destroyed all traces of that footage.
Oh man, that's such a funny. Did you ever see the picture going around of like it was like this day, somewhat like 10 years ago, Elon Musk like paid millions to remove this picture from the internet, and it's just the picture. It's very dumb, but it's very funny. Oh, because
Oh, this is not well, trash. Elon Musk. I don't know. He went to the set of the Fallout series and was kind of expecting to be on it, and they just went like, "Yeah, no thanks." He then went on his iPad for 10 minutes and then left.
well, like you can't just get if he just turned up in his normal clothes, you can't just be thrown into like a movie because you're rich and like just happen to be there. Like it has to fit the costume department and all that kind of stuff. He can't just walk on set. Man,
Mm.
put him in a power armor. He'd feel right at home, I'd say. But why don't we
But
talk about trash content that we have made, or what content have we made on the channel that's trash? Other than the actual trash episode, may I add, and conversation enders, which is my personal least favorite because I hate listening to it. Um,
why?
I just hate the fucking audio balance, man, and it
The
just
audio is dog
because I
shit, man.
warned you
Yeah.
beforehand to be like, Turtle Guy, is the audio fine? And Turtle Guy with a fucking presumably straight face went, yup. I asked him, did he check? And he went, yup. And then we get fucking conversation enders where I sound like I'm in a fucking vacuum. I am currently descending into the blood ocean of Iron Lung with a fucking paper cup on a string, and then that you two are in like a crystal clear recording booth, and that's why I dislike that
Oh
episode.
God. Oh,
That
okay.
is that is the truth.
I think I'm okay.
I hope you're okay, Turtle Guy. I
I
really,
might be okay.
I hope you're doing great. But Turtle
So
Guy,
do you mean trash content as in something people consider trash but we consider good, or consider terrible content?
well, I was thinking more along the lines of stuff we've made. Is there anything that you consider trash, or that other people consider trash that you consider treasure? Horses springs to mind in mine. I feel like some people might look at that instantly and be like, "That's a bad video," but
I
I
think when I
really
was
love that
in it, I
video.
thought it was trash.
Yeah,
But now
you
I
you
realize
hated
that
it.
it was a treasure.
Yeah, thank you. It worked out really well.
Yeah.
The Borderlands episode 2, however, is the worst
Oh no,
piece
that's
of media that
treasure.
I have ever made. That is the single most. It killed the
That is a
series.
treasure. How dare you?
It killed me and Hoover's hopes to play that game. I've never done something that's
Evidently,
absolutely.
because it's still there.
Yes, I know we haven't finished the goddamn game. Uh David,
Oh, is there a percentage we have on that?
no man, we're only like six. I'd say like eyeballing it, we're like 60% through that game.
Well, okay, that's better than I thought we were.
But that's not including the DLC. So, David, is there anything that you consider trash
I'm gonna
on
pull a Hemingway.
my channel, or perhaps on the host, the Turtle Guy's channel?
I think it's trash that he stopped uploading Turtle Talks.
That's true. That is true.
I knew this would happen.
Well,
But
maybe you should
I've
just
moved
fucking
on.
upload.
I've moved on.
You have moved on.
I have. Yeah, I have. I've
Um,
been traveling
I
to and
think
from
I've just
work
been.
without asking for it now for months, weeks, maybe not months. And
I don't know.
it's
Part of me is like start fresh and
you already did start fresh. You had a season two,
well,
episode
in
one.
fairness, in fairness, I've actually discovered a new way for making the thumbnails that I'm happy with.
Okay.
I'm actually currently right now staring at the thumbnail I drew for the higher lower episode.
Which will never see the light of day, apparently.
It will see the light of day because I'm starting to bit of a there's a clearing on the horizon of my schedule. I've done a few plays. I've written a thing, and now that's kind of dwindling down in production mode. Turtle Talks. I think I'm ready to go home. I don't know. Good spiritual music.
Was that Jurassic Park?
I was Jurassic Park, and then I decided against it. I was like,
Uh,
no.
Turtle Talks finds a way. I can't do Jeff
That
Goldblum.
was awful.
I can't do
Sounded like
Jeff
Sean
Goldblum.
Wallace.
I don't know who that is, man.
Well, you don't know who anyone is. I don't know why I bother naming
Man,
celebrities
that's
around you.
happened.
You don't
That's
know.
happened to me in college. Now people just know that. It's gotten to the point where like, do you know blah blah? And I'm like, no. And they're like, why do we even say that? We know that you know no one. It's
Yeah, I don't even really bother asking if you know anyone anymore because I just know you don't.
it's weird. I don't know how I don't know people. I don't or celebrities, I should say, like internet personas. I know the people that I want to know, and then all the rest kind of just is thrown at me. For example, I thought Ice Spice was one of the Spice Girls. That is something that has constantly
dummy.
been
No.
thrown at me every single time this
Posh,
happened.
ginger, baby, scary, and sporty motherfucker. Get it right.
Yeah, but Ice Spice could have been like a sixth one. I didn't know.
No, I don't even think she was like
No.
alive when the Spice Girls were a thing.
This
All
is
right. Well,
true.
I don't know. Again, I don't even. I know nothing. But right,
No,
Turtle
you really
Guy,
don't.
direct us
You
on this
don't
topic
know
of
the
trash.
Spice Girls. Well, I thought that the this is very slightly. I had a trashy thought. I thought
Oh.
that this podcast, The Boys in the Pod, was older than I thought. I thought we had passed the year mark by this point, but we still haven't.
No, we haven't. We haven't even
That-
passed the 50th episode mark.
That's in the horizons.
Well, not for a while. It's
Not
like,
for
not
a
till,
while.
like,
There's
June,
like 10 more episodes, give or take. Maybe 11.
and the
Is
year
there any?
is like June.
Good question. And I'm gonna point it at Cyber Prime.
Oh,
Is there any
fuck, man.
episodes of the pod that are in the trash bin?
What do you mean by that?
So we've made some trashy episodes, but is there some that are locked away, never to see the light of day?
There's only been one, and that's because you went out of your way to dox so many people. That was the demo one that we first ever did. Turtle Guy doxed his like old teachers. He doxed his neighbors, and me and David were sitting there the whole time, being like, "What? You can't say that, man. You can't." And then he was like, "Oh, my bad."
I was a
Whoopsie.
little unprofessional.
Yeah, and yeah, that one's never getting. That one's been deleted. I think that's not recoverable.
Oh, huh.
Good.
Other than that, I don't think anything else.
There's no other.
Cyber, I have a question for you, kind of related to that. In the topic list,
Yes.
and you don't have to say what, obviously.
Okay,
Are there
let me
any
get it up.
episodes that you absolutely will not allow us to do that are trashed before they've even begun?
Let me
Look
see.
at Turtle Guy's list.
Let me see. Let me see. I feel like there was one in Hoover's for some reason.
Oh.
Uh,
So what I'm hearing here is Bop Bop Baby has a chance.
Man, I actually want to
What
do
the
Bop Bop Baby so people stop listening to us reference it and actually know what the fuck it is. Right. One of Turtle Guy's topics is the worst episode ever. Get in line, buddy. Get in line. Right.
I feel like I've done most of that here.
I don't think. I
It
feel
was a
like Turtle Guy is
trolling
the
topic.
most controversial when it comes up with topics. I feel like one that I genuinely do not want to do might be social interaction brackets immobilized because I have no idea what that means. But
That's frightening.
and that's one that I don't think I want to do. I don't think there's any that actively get me
Riled
I
up.
don't think I'm gonna be mean. I don't think we're mature enough to do that topic on this podcast.
What does that mean? We're all adults here. We're all
I don't
friends.
think it suits the tone of the boys in the pod.
Man, you're the one who came up
Oh
with the
shit.
topic for the boys in the pod. Why would you
I
come up with
am.
something that you don't think is
I
suited for the boys
am.
in the pod for the boys in
No,
the
because
pod? That's like
I
filling up a
thought that we
petrol car with
could do it,
diesel.
but I don't know. It'll still go a little.
And then it will sputter out and die. Which is exactly.
You get to the location.
Oh wait, no. Is it petrol can survive off a bit if you put it with diesel, or is it diesel can survive if you put a little bit of petrol in it? Because one of them
I
isn't
think
as
it's
bad as
petrol
the
and a
other.
diesel.
I can't remember. Yeah, one of them you can clean out and it'll be fine. The other one I think breaks straight away, but I can't remember. Or
I
maybe that
always
might be an
thought if you
urban
put
legend.
petrol in the diesel car, it'd explode. I also thought if you use your mobile, I genuinely thought if you use your mobile phone while filling up your diesel, you would explode.
Turtle guy just like puts the thing in and like the nozzle and pulls the trigger and just instantly just evaporates. Everything explodes. The
car
phone
would
thing is
explode,
true.
you would explode.
The phone one is true. The other one is not, obviously. The radio
Yeah, but
waves
to
from
what
the phone
extent?
have
Like,
a slim chance of igniting the diesel or the petrol.
uh-huh. Slim.
Slim, but not
This is
none.
very off topic. Someone, when we were doing rehearsals for the show, threatened to throw petrol at me. And I just we found it very funny because the logistics of getting the petrol, humorous.
What, you just bring a I've done that before. You just bring a carton to a station and then just fill it up.
Yeah, but they described that they'd do it in a they'd bring a bucket of petrol.
Oh, right. Okay, well, yeah, that is just an awkward way to carry that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Turtle guy stole one of
yeah,
my topics. Oh wait, no, we've discussed that. Sorry. That's never mind. That's never mind. We're going to ignore that.
I stole one of your topics.
David, I see a topic in your list called fucking number one. Turtle Guy's lower brackets interesting is very funny, but also the Great
You always
Equalizer.
laugh at it. This is like the third time you've laughed at it.
Do I look, Turtle Guy? I don't remember things, so I am
Oh
constantly.
yeah, the Great
pleasantly
Equalizer is
surprised.
actually a good topic. We'll get to that one day.
Okay, that sounds
Wait, what?
ominous. That sounds like something that shouldn't be done. That's the only one that I don't understand.
Well, that's where your brain's going. That's on you, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, well.
I just think it's an interesting.
Oh,
Isn't there a
actually,
topic
no,
there, Cyber,
actually,
that
the
you
one-
genuinely don't know what it translates to.
Sorry?
Isn't there a topic there that you don't know what it like? You have it in like you.
Oh
put
yeah,
it in
there's a
letters
topic
or
I made
abbreviate
called
it.
LL, and I have no idea what it means anymore. And I remember being super excited for it, and I have no idea. I have no idea what it meant. But also, one that I have found that I will not allow is the sequel to Last Meals. I'm not going to say the second half of that, and no one else say that, but that's one of David's topics, and I will ban that one.
Oh man,
I will ban that one. That's
we
the
all get
No,
fucking
that's
killed.
yeah, that one. I don't want to. I don't want to.
Don't delete it, but I genuinely want to read
the
it.
closest-
we can do though.
The prequel we can do. The prequel could be funny, but I will not. I won't do the
Last
sequel
desserts.
We can
unless the
include
sequel isn't about death and more being on the run. That I might allow, because I got picked up by a plane. You got a ranch, and I can't remember what happened to Hoover. Did you just serve out a sentence? I can't remember.
No, Hoover was with you. Hoover was driving the plane that picked you up. I thought.
I can't remember. I think you made it so people were hunting me down because you always make me the bad guy for some reason.
No,
But
David is hunting you down.
I thought I was hunting David down as well, though. I thought that was like
No,
how I
no,
got out
no,
of
no.
prison.
David was about
Oh
to
no,
become,
David. Yeah, you're
and
right.
then
You're
we
totally
sent
right.
him- And
That
don't
is-
speak a trope of me being favoritism for David because he played by the rules.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing.
Still looking at you and Hoover with your goddamn fucking exploding cakes or whatever and your fucking bombs ruining my games.
Man, you just didn't think of the rules. We were playing the game the way we wanted to play it.
I want to play the fucking business one again because I thought that was one of my proudest ideas,
Well,
and it
next time
somewhat
you host
worked.
it, you
I know
should.
you two
Again, we had
will do it
fun.
right now.
No, not right now. This is trash.
I'm kidding.
You're
Well,
doing
no, I
trash
think
too.
I think we're quite in the adolescence of this beautiful little episode of trash.
That's a bold statement to make, but okay.
I think it went quite well. Do we agree?
I mean, I feel like the energy
No,
levels
I didn't
were
give you a
not.
second option. You have to agree.
No, by asking do we agree, you're implying the presence of a non-agreement. So I
You
can just say
agree?
disagree. You agree is a
But
rhetorical
you,
question, which the way you inflected your voice implies the presence of a disagreement.
well, goddamn, he's got a point.
I do, and with that 1 point, I guess I'm the winner. So I'm gonna take my control back from Turtle Guy for now because I won my
Ah!
control back. So thank you for keeping it
Oh,
warm for me, Turtle Guy. And I want to thank you both for returning
you
to
win
the
nothing.
excellent topic of
You
trash.
lose.
Is it really a loss if I had a good time? If I enjoyed spending time with my friends, Turtle Guy, did I really lose? Or
Fair enough.
did I
So
win something?
did I do good? Did I bring honor to the trash name?
Honestly, you didn't do that bad, Turtle Guy. I will give you a pat on the shoulder,
There's
champ. You
another
did
way of
good.
phrasing that.
Chat
Ah,
like
oh, so rough.
you did good, champ. Why do you make me the villain? I'm trying to be happy. He's the Green Goblin.
Now
Okay.
who's the villain, Cyber?
I don't want to be the villain. I just want to be Prime. So
I want to be the villain.
I
I'll
don't want to be
gladly
the
be
villain.
the villain.
I don't want to be the villain. I want to be a good guy. I want to be a Captain America.
We'll
I
have
want to
more
be a
fun.
yeah, but like in the end of the day, the hero is the
I want to
person
be
that
the star of the
positively
show.
changes the world. Okay, that's a narcissistic tendency. Right. So David,
What?
Is he still with us?
are you alive, David?
I'm alive.
Do you feel
Physically.
alive? Did this episode imbue you with the energy to continue to let me rephrase that. Did this episode make you change the one for your running gag to continue to be the fact that you don't want to be here, or did this episode actually make you want to not want to be here?
You sound like that kid. Did you ever that you think you could, you might, yeah?
Okay, I can be the better person. I can be the better person. I can stand tall. I can stand.
We're the same height.
I can no longer stand tall. I have fallen from grace. Turtle Guy, the entire episode you have been stuttering and tripping all over your words. I didn't bring it up. So do not
Yeah,
call
but I got a
me
speech
out
impediment. You're bullying
on.
me.
I don't. You started it, man. You can't punch someone in the face and then whimper away when I go for a slap. You can't shoot someone and then cry when I shoot you back. I was trying to be a nice person. I went out of
You
my
brought a
way.
gun to a knife fight,
And I
busted.
am very happy with that decision. I feel like that was a tactical success.
I kind of realized that the minute I said it. I was like, oh wait.
Oh, but anyway,
I
this has
feel-
been trash. We love the Turtle Guy. David is still here, and
Who am I?
Glad that you had to remind me of that fact.
yeah, it's more for his awareness, so he knows to come back into the consciousness once this is over. But thank you all so much for watching. I dropped my transformer. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been another exhilarating episode of The Boys in the Pod. I promise from now on,
Well,
we'll
it's
either
not
try and
really
record these
interesting.
earlier or we'll get more vibrant topics other than trash. But I do like
Actually,
general
what is it? Is
topics
this
to
now
just
the
discuss.
third weekend that we've done it the night before?
Yeah,
I'm
that might
probably
have
not
something to
supposed
do
to
with
say
it.
that.
I don't mind. The people can know.
Oh, okay.
The
Why
pod
is
is
there a
nothing
red
if not
dot
transparent.
on my shirt?
But that's not me. That's
Why is
probably
there a red
Hoover.
laser?
So
Oh, okay.
thank you all so much for watching.
Hoover is on
You
the
can
kill squad.
find an episode of The Pod
I know.
in Spotify every single Friday because we come out every Friday.
Oh,
And
on Spotify.
on Spotify, yes. and basically,
What
and I
about
think Amazon Music,
not
and
are
Instagram.
there
maybe Google Podcasts as well. I honestly haven't checked
not
in.
YouTube
I
though?
haven't checked in on many other of the platforms. I haven't been doing proper maintenance for that. That reminds me.
Spotify
I may have
100%. Otherwise,
Spotify.
potluck.
We love Spotify. We love Spotify. But they were to a point on Amazon Podcasts and Google Podcasts. I don't know if they're still there.
Oh,
They
really?
should be. I didn't get rid of them.
I've
Um,
never used Amazon Podcasts.
Neither did I. I didn't know it
Is
existed
that
until I put
separate?
it up.
Is
Yeah,
that
it
separate to
is.
Audible?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
completely
because
different thing. But
Amazon Podcast is free.
question mark?
I think you can find the Amazon Podcast stuff possibly on the Audible app.
I think you
I
can
don't know what
find
I'm talking
Well, this
about.
general
No,
isn't an
no.
podcasts on Audible.
advertisement for those
No, it's
fuckers.
not. Okay,
So
language in case we ever do get. But
for those fucking
so
fuckers.
thank you so much for listening. You can find me on my channel, The Cyber Prime, on YouTube. If you want to ever see anything else there, you can find Turtle Guy at theturtleguy.t.g, and you can find also on YouTube,
Hmm.
and you can find David also on YouTube at the link in the description. If you have any thoughts or comments on these episodes, there is a little review thing that happens at the very end of most episodes on Spotify, so you can just throw your comments in there. Let us know if there's anything specific you want us to try and discuss in the future
What
episode.
brand
And
podcast are we? Sorry, I'm cutting off the intro, but I've made a
This is an
shocking
outro,
discovery.
first of all.
hello, everyone, and welcome to the Boys in the Pod.
No!
Welcome to Trash 3. But what was your question? What kind of podcast are we?
Yeah, what kind of? I say cyber. You probably know the answer because you were the one that put in the information.
We're like a comedy
I,
podcast.
I,
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
we're a
I
comedy
think I
podcast.
put in comedy. I don't think we're like a
Yeah,
mystery
you
true
put in.
crime
Okay.
yet until
Just so
one of us.
it's important to be clear.
Well, maybe I'll
Kills.
commit one then and we'll have something to talk about.
Well, we're definitely on Spotify. I googled it.
But,
I know that.
What do
That's
you
where I
mean?
listen every week, you goddamn idiot.
No, I mean, okay. If you Google the boys on the pod, the Spotify is up first, and the YouTube comes up. There's nothing else. They're definitely on Spotify.
It definitely was on Google Podcasts and Amazon Podcasts at one point. But I will have if I
And
ever
we're
if I
still
get a
here,
chance.
give us a wave.
If I get a chance, iTunes wouldn't allow us for some reason, and I never figured out why.
iTunes knew what was up.
But I will try and maybe do some background maintenance if I can, if I do get time, and hopefully maybe the backlog of episodes on YouTube might come up, or the YouTube channel might just get removed. We'll see. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Trash, which I feel like was just kind of a calming, relaxed, slowed down kind of episode. But
Well, it's not the topic I was expecting.
it's not the topic I planned for either. So
But maybe it's the topic we needed.
I don't think that's true. It was trash. It was quite bad. But you got some learning stuff in it.
Good.
I was
Well-
only making you feel better. But thank you all so much for watching. I'm joking. Turtle Guy actually did do good. Okay, never mind. I take it back.
No, you
Turtle
said
Guy
you
called me a
meant to
bastard. So thank you all so much for watching. We really enjoyed. Go support the other two beautiful men here, Turtle Guy and David, and we will see you in the next one. Have an awesome day, guys.
Yeah.
Yahoo.
Always has to have the last laugh, this motherfucker.
I know. I was about to say, "Oh my god!" I actually ended. I could have ended right as I stopped speaking, and then I heard a yeah, and I was like, "Okay, that's fine. That still works." And then I just hear Yahoo, like the most like tired Mario I've ever heard.
Are we still recording, or it's so hard to tell when it's freedom?